Detroit Pistons overcome onslaught from the Minnesota Timberwolves, Robert Covington and Derrick Rose, to win an OT 129-123. We back. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. And it was a really good, entertaining game, man, tonight. It was a 12-game slate on the NBA. And this is one of the most entertaining games going on. And Andre Drummond, in the battle with Mr. Softy, we talked about before the game, I would say he won that battle. You know, Karl Anthony Towns fouled out. He had 16 points, 8 rebounds. Fouled out in OT, failed to reach double-digit rebounds. Dre has 16 and 16. But today the heroes, you know, the true hero was Blake Griffin and Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson was more assertive, and Reggie Bullock, giving great assistance to a sick Blake Griffin today. Blake Griffin was sick. He wasn't supposed to play, but he ended up getting out of sick bed and playing. He had 34, 4, and 8. Started off kind of slow. Reggie Bullock had a big 33 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds. Reggie Jackson had 24 big points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds, and didn't play too much out of control. Bruce Brown got some great D. Jose Calderon got some floor generalship for 19 minutes. Galloway hit a couple shots, shot a stupid shot, I think, in the fourth quarter, or was it overtime, but the Pistons overcame it, obviously. Covington hit 4 threes in the fourth quarter. He had 22 for the Minnesota, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. We talked about Karl Anthony Towns had 16 and 8 with 2 assists. Derrick Rose had 33 big points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds. Wiggins, 16, 2 and 6. Sarge had 15 coming off the bench, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. And Gorgie Gain had 8.6 rebounds, 1 assist off the Minnesota bench. Former Piston Anthony Tolliver didn't get a chance to play. What really separated the game was in the second quarter when Minnesota went up 10. That's the only, and they won the third quarter by 5, but the Pistons, dominated the fourth quarter. Winning the fourth quarter by 14 points, and then winning the overtime by 6 points. So, a strong second half surge. I think that began with Blake Griffin shaking off his illness. Reggie Bullock giving some real big support to Griffin, and Reggie Jackson offering some support. But Derrick Rose was looking like vintage Derrick Rose tonight, man. Cat quick, getting to the basket at will. But good thing about tonight I want to point out was Andre Drummond getting 16 rebounds and staying out of foul trouble for the most part. When Karl Anthony Towns didn't stay out of foul trouble, he dominated the boards. He had a big offensive rebound put back that sent the game to overtime. Blake Griffin is the reason that it kind of went to overtime. I think he lost the ball in the corner and threw it away. And then, he made an ill-advised pass. But, if Blake Griffin is going to be a primary ball handler, he's going to face what other players face, and that's high turnovers. He got to find a way to limit those turnovers. I know he had 10 turnovers the other night. I mean, James Harden is high turnovers. And most guys with low assist-to-turnover ratio are point guards. I mean, Chauncey Billups is one of the best assist-to-turnover ratios I've seen from a point guard. And obviously Chris Paul is another great one. A lot of high assists, low turnover ratio. And Blake Griffin, if he's going to continue to be the Pistons' primary ball handler, he's going to do that. And Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins just don't seem like a great 1-2 punch, man. Karl Anthony Towns pulled his weight some nights, and he's more consistent than Wiggins, but Wiggins just don't seem like he got it. It seemed like they just basically took a whole bunch of money and poured it into the incinerator and to burn it, because Andrew Wiggins is just not assertive enough, just not aggressive enough. Like Captain Steven Jackson said, he don't have no heart. He don't have no heart. He making Canada look bad the way he playing in the NBA. And he just scores. He doesn't do nothing else. He doesn't pass the ball. He doesn't make people better. He doesn't rebound. He can get after defensively, but he doesn't play with that energy. You've seen it tonight. Karl Anthony Towns, getting more consistent assistance from Derrick Rose and tradee Robert Covington and Sarge. Okay? And I think Taj Gibson may be more consistent at this point in his older career than what he getting from Andrew Wiggins. I would consider moving Wiggins, but at that price, that's going to be tough. Obviously Jeff Teague didn't play tonight, so Derrick Rose logged a lot of minutes, if you was wondering. But Minnesota, you know, I'm not liking what I'm seeing from Andrew Wiggins with 38 minutes, okay, 16 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. I mean, can he do anything else, And if he's going to be a primary scorer, and that's going to be his primary weapon on the floor, you're going to have to shoot better and be more, consistent from the field, bro. But like I said, man, Minnesota is just a team that lacks heart, that lacks aggressiveness, that lacks a leader. That's why Jimmy Butler wanted to lead. They don't have a drive. And like I say, man, they actually are softer than the Pistons to Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond, even though Griffin hasn't been soft this year to me. He hadn't been soft since for 2 years. And even in LA, once Chris Paul left, he took over as the sheriff and hitting big game winners and inserting himself and being tough and being more aggressive. But that's the reputation he got in the NBA. But I think it's time for Reggie Jackson to be more aggressive. I hate to say it because I don't want him to get that power and go crazy, but I actually think the Pistons are better when Reggie Jackson is looking to score a little bit more, okay? Just a little bit more looking for a shot, not so passive. I think a little bit more, Reggie, you should be more aggressive and look for your shot a little bit more. I don't want him to go look for a shot and relapse and go back to, Westbrook Reggie, okay? I want him to, be aggressive, look for a shot a little bit more. And I think they need that push from him on every night. On every night till they add some more assistance, they need that scoring push from Reggie Jackson. Bullock and Stanley Johnson, they ain't going to always give you the assistance from night to night. Some nights they might rotate it. Rarely you see them on at the same night. But some nights they both cannot show up, and one of them might be hurt. They both pretty much been in and out the lineup. But that's where you're supposed to be able to count on Luke Kennard to be able to shoot and knock it down. But he ain't did that tonight. He had 3 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds in 19 minutes. So, he ain't being consistent. So it's gonna have to be assistance by committee, man, between Bullock, Stanley, and Luke Kennard from that wingman position. And Langston Galloway. I know I'll be calling him Lewis Galloway, but Langston Galloway, they're going to need assistance. But Andre Drummond held it down tonight. I got to give it to him. I expected a bigger and better game from him, but it was good enough. He doubled, Karl Anthony Towns with rebounds, and Karl Anthony Towns didn't reach 20 points. Okay? He didn't reach 20 points tonight. And Dre hit a big 3 towards the end of the game, man. A huge 3. I think that might have been an overtime. My memory don't serve me correct. And he shot it with confidence. His form looked better than it did from the post. You know what I'm saying? So the Pistons came up big. They had to have a win. I wish they could have came back from 15 the other night and beat the Milwaukee Bucks. But, we'll take it, man. We'll take it in the D. I think they really, really came up big tonight. They're maturing. And the 7-game losing streak really didn't scare me. I wasn't saying the same old Pistons because I already know it's highs and lows, and Dwayne Casey's a smart enough coach to make the adjustments. Blake Griffin has been healthy. And I think, pretty soon he might be due for another day off. I think Dre might be due for a day off, or Reggie might be due for a day off if we resting players. Now, I love to see Reggie get a day off, and then eventually Dre get a day off or two. I think that's much needed for both of those. They've been logging a lot of minutes and playing a long season. Not so many double back-to-backs, but other teams resting their stars. I think our stars for our team deserve a little bit of rest. But I think, coming up, I think Reggie Jackson will have to be more assertive. But it was a great win. They separated themselves from overtime on the road. They found the energy. A sick Blake Griffin. Andre found a way to dominate his matchup versus Karl Anthony Towns. Anthony Towns has been on a tear, offensively. But once again, you can't be on every night for 82-game season. You're going to have off games, and Andrew Wiggins wasn't able to pick him up, and Derrick Rose's effort wasn't enough, and Covington 4 threes in the fourth quarter wasn't enough. The Pistons are looking like they're learning how to finish strong and learning how to close the game, and that's a great sign of a playoff team and a successful team. And once again, the Detroit Pistons win in overtime, 129-123 over the Timberwolves of Minnesota. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Motor City Sports Talk. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also, you can email me or you can make a donation as well. All those links in the description. You can DM me, email me if you got business questions, inquiries, sponsorships for the channel, or you just want to start a channel or you got a video request, man. I do accommodate those. Appreciate everybody. Once again, continue to share the videos, tweet them out. We tweet out every video. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon button. Pistons win.